Hey everyone, this is Natalie with Balanced Running and Fitness. Today we're going to do a pelvic floor and ab exercise called Pelvic Clock. Now this is a very subtle exercise, and so I hope you can see all of what I'm doing. This is great for activating different muscles in the abdomen, in our abs, and helping to stabilize our hips. So it may help for you to have like a clock face that you can see while doing this, so you can see what I'm talking about during this exercise. So, no equipment necessary. We're going to be laying on the floor with our knees bent. Now, as I'm relaxed right here, I do have a small arch between my low back and the floor, and that's our neutral back position. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be picturing the face of a clock, like an analog clock, not a digital clock, okay? And we are going to have 6 o'clock be our head. We're going to have 12 o'clock be toward our feet. And we're going to be moving our pelvis according to positions on the clock. So we're going to start with the easiest one, and that's going to be 6 to 12. We're going to be moving it back and forth. This is not a leg exercise. So we want our legs to be relaxed, our glutes to be relaxed. We're not pushing with our feet or anything. This is strictly an abdominal exercise. So what you're gonna do, we're gonna do 6 to 12. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rotate my hips this way. Now my back is flat on the floor, and then I'm going to relax. There's that space again. So again, rolling to 6. My hips are coming this way, and now they're going that way. So this is our 6 to 12. I'm going to do one more. 6 to 12. All right. Now, here comes where things get a little bit trickier and a little bit more subtle. So now I'm going to do an 11 o'clock to a 5 o'clock. So I'm going to be doing a pretty steep diagonal angle. I'm going to bring my hip bone here, my left hip bone, to a diagonal up toward the right side of my ribs. And the muscle that you're going to be feeling is going to be, here's my hip bone right here. I'm going to feel it right inside of that hip bone right here. So you can even keep your finger there just to see if that muscle is activating. So I'm going to bring my hip up this way. So it's a very subtle move. I can feel those muscles activating in there, bringing it up at a diagonal toward my ribs and back down. And we're moving it in that way. Okay, I am not pushing with my leg. It's not a big move. So now that we've done 11 to 5, now we're going to do 1 to 8. So we're going to do the exact opposite that we just did. So again, I'm going to be feeling the inside. Here's my hip bone right here. Going to feel those muscles on the inside of that hip bone. We're bringing this hip in a steep angle up toward the left side of my ribs. So again, no legs. Use your abs. Take your time. Be patient with yourself on this one. This one can be tricky at first. All right. So the next positions we're going to be working on is 10 to 5. So it's going to be a shallower angle. I'm going to start with my left hip going toward my right side again, but it's not going to be so steep. So it's not here, it's going to be more this way. Hopefully you can see all this. So I'm going to be using these muscles more on my side rather than on the inside of my hip bone. So I'm going to move it more at a shallower angle. So I'm feeling those muscles, my obliques, and some other ones probably, moving in that regard. I'm going to do the exact opposite, 2 to 8. So again, coming here, more of a shallow angle toward the left side of my ribs. I'm feeling these muscles here in my side. Again, no legs. Make sure you're not using those. Check in with yourself once in a while when you're first working on these. So that's a 12 to 8. The last positions we're going to be working on is a 3 to 9. And so this one is actually the most difficult one for me, but some people take to it a lot easier than I did when I first started. So you can keep your hands on your hip bones if this helps, because we're going to be rocking side to side. Now it's not a wiggle. We're not wiggling on the floor. So we are just rocking these back and forth. So one hip bone dips, this one lowered, come to center, this one dips. So it's a back and forth. I do have a neutral spine when I'm doing this. So there is a small arch in my back where my back is not touching the floor. It's not excessive while I'm doing this. And we're using our ab muscles, not our legs. So again, this is great for pelvic floor. It's great for hip stability. It's great for isolating different muscles of the abs. Again, for hip and core stability. When I'm doing this, I would recommend that you get each position at least 10 times. So 10 times 12 to 6, 10 times 11 to 5, etc. And this actually, if you have any kind of low back pain or SI joint pain or hip issues, give this one a try. Again, it's subtle. You're not going to get a burn or anything in your abs probably, but it is a very useful exercise for creating stability through the core. I hope that helps, and happy training.